Hello everyone, my name is Pradeep Ramesh Gaikwad. Today's date 13 August 2024. So today's my topic is constructor in Java. Java constructor or constructor in Java is a terminology used to construct something in our programs. A constructor in Java is a special method that is used to initialize object. The constructor is called when an object of class is created. It can be used to set initial values for object attribute. What are constructors in Java? In Java, a constructor is a block of code similar to the method. It is called when instance of the class in created all time of calling the constructor memory for the object is allocated in the memory. It is special type of method that is used to initialize the object. Every time an object is created using using the new keyword, at least one constructor is called. New keyword is allocate memory to heap area of object. A list of constructor is called. Understanding how to effectively use constructors can significantly improve your data, your Java programming skills, especially when you are dealing with complex application. It's critical to grasp the nuances of constructors to build scalable and maintainable software. This knowledge forms a foundation for more advanced concept and practice in Java development, which can be further explored through our dedicated Java course. For example of Java constructor below in implementation Java constructor. It is not necessary to write constructor for class. It is because the Java compiler creates a default constructor with no argument if you have doesn't any. How Java constructors are different from Java methods. Constructors must have the same name as same within which it is defined. It is not necessary for the method in Java. Constructor do not return any type while method have the return type of while it does not return any value. Constructors are called only once at the time of object creation, while methods can be called any numbers of times. Now, let use come up within the syntax for the constructor being invoked at the time of object of instance creation. The first line of a constructor is a call to super or this, a call to constructor of superclass or overloaded constructor. It does it don't type in the call to super in your constructor, the compiler will provide you with a non-argument call to super or that the first line of your code. The super constructor must be called to create an object. If you think your class is not subsible, is actually is every class in Java is the subclass of a class object. Even if you don't say extend object in your class definition, need of constructors in Java. Think of a box. If you talk about a box class, then it will have some class variables, say length, breadth and height. But when it comes to creative its object, box will now exist in the computer's memory. Then can be then can a box be there with no value defined for its dimensions. The answer is no. So constructors are used to assign values to the class variables at the time of object creation, either explicitly done by programmer or by Java itself. Default constructor. When Java constructor call each time an is creating using object is creating using a new keyword. At least one constructor, it could be the default constructor, is known to assign initial values to the data members of the same class. Rule for writing constructor are for the constructors of class must have the same name as class name as is called as a constructor. A constructor in Java cannot be abstract, final, or static. Synchronized access modifier can be synchronized access modifier can use in constructor declaration to control its access, which other class can call the constructor. So by far we have learned constructors are used to initial the object state like methods. Methods a constructor also contain a collection of statements. Instructions that are executed at the time of object creation. Type of Java constructors. Now is the correct time to discuss the type of constructor. So primary there are three types of constructor in Java programming. Number one, default constructor. Number two, parameterized constructor, and number three, copy constructor. Default constructor in Java constructor that has no parameters is known as default constructor. Default constructor is invisible, and if we return constructor with no argument, the compiler does not create a default constructor. It is taken out, it is being overloaded and called a parameterized constructor. The default constructor change into the parameterized constructor, but parameterized constructor can change the default constructor. Okay, thank you.